Guys, look at this rock on my finger. My left hand just got a little bit heavier. Okay guys, I need to come clean. I'm not actually engaged. And if any of you notice, this ring is actually too big for this finger because it's actually meant for this one. I got this ring for myself a couple years back, and although I do love it, it is not an engagement ring. If you want the details of the jeweler who made this for me, make sure you check out my guitar blog. But anyway, let's get on with this video. I do want to get married one day, have the house and the kids, so the title of this video might be slightly confusing for some of you, or all of you. Society expects me to be married, have the house and have the kid or kids, and some people are thriving in that era and are marching in full force for that, but that's not me quite yet. I've ticked off none of those three things. I'm not married, don't have a house, and have no children just yet, but I feel great. I'm here to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that there is no rush in life. We're all working to our own timeline. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 7 things that you need to consider before rushing into marriage, getting a house, and having kids. First up, have you even chosen the right partner? Everybody is so desperate to have this fairy tale, but aren't appreciating that it's actually a huge decision. Choosing the wrong person can be a very costly mistake in terms of time, energy, and money. Taking the time to really understand each other's values and goals will save a lot of heartache down the line. These days, people seem to put more effort, energy, and thought into entering a business arrangement rather than entering into a marriage. Next up is, are you and your partner financially secure as a unit? Often marriage involves combining finances, so you need to be financially secure and stable. I'm pretty sure I read a stat somewhere that the majority of arguments within a marriage are related to finances. In my opinion, it's really important to have financial goals and plans for yourselves individually, but also as a couple. Because, for example, buying a house is a huge undertaking and a huge financial commitment, and rushing into home ownership can put a lot of financial strain on a relationship, especially if you haven't properly accounted for the real costs of home ownership. Another reason why financial stability is so important is because once you start having children, I imagine the pressure to provide doubles or tenfolds. If you're thinking about having children, I would just invite you to look at how much it costs to put a child in nursery, because I think that's all the fright that you need. So before jumping into marriage, house, kids, make sure that you're actually ready for all that comes with it. Number 3, have you spent the time on the self-discovery journey and identified personal goals for yourself? It's important to know yourself and what you want out of life before combining your life with somebody else. When going into a partnership, you really have to consider, is this person going to be supportive of my hopes and my dreams? It's really easy to get caught up in the idea of settling down and having that fairy tale life, but without taking the time to go on the journey of self-discovery, you end up clinging on to the titles that you gain throughout life, whether it be wife, mother, etc, etc. It's important to maintain your individuality. I really believe that taking the time out for personal growth and pursuing your passions makes you a better person and a better partner. So put in that work before you say I do. The next thing to consider is, are you truly ready to accept the sacrifices and lifestyle changes that come with the commitment of marriage, house, and kids? Because not all of these lifestyle changes are for the better, at least in my eyes. Are you really ready to give up some of your freedom, your own personal time, and the current lifestyle that you have? If the answer is no, really take the time to enjoy life experiences, travel, and pursue personal goals before having kids. Post that, everything changes. And it's not to say that all those things are impossible, it's just they're harder, they take more consideration. Because let's be real, parenthood is a 24/7 responsibility. It's not just about cute baby photos on Instagram. So every single time I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to have a kid, oh my god, I want a kid, I have to remember that there is a lot more to it that I am not quite ready to embrace. Sleepless nights, dirty nappies, I'll pass on that for now. The next thing to consider is, are you actually emotionally mature enough to take on these big undertakings like marriage, house, kids? You need to be sure that you're truly ready to take on the emotional demands and responsibilities that come with a lifelong partnership. Emotional maturity is required in parenthood as well. Like, are you emotionally resilient? Because having children is a common stress factor in any relationship, so you need to make sure you are solid and just emotionally ready to to take that on. I used to think that love was enough to sustain a marriage, but it takes so much more. It requires patience, understanding, compromise. The next thing to consider before jumping into marriage, house and kids is that, does your relationship have a strong foundation? Building a strong foundation of trust, communication and understanding takes time. So rushing into taking the next step can lead to unresolved issues that can cause a problem later. The last thing that I'm going to share with you today around considerations before jumping into marriage, house and kids is around the topic of compatibility. Are you guys compatible in the key areas? Whether it be values, habits, lifestyle, goals for the future, political beliefs or religion. There's just so many topics that you need to touch on and explore to ensure you're on the same page. I hope some of my comments have given you some food for thought. Taking your time with major life decisions such as marriage, house, kids allows for thorough preparation and ensures that you're making a decision that is in line with your long-term happiness. Remember, there is no rush. Life unfolds at its own pace. So it's important to take these steps and make these important decisions when you're truly ready. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below sharing some of your thoughts. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!